Hey guys, Happy New Year. Hope this year will be a great year for everyone, please. Anyways, today we're going to be looking at people who had a pretty bad date. So let's get right into the video. I was 18. A girl sent me a PM on MSN saying she got my details from my mate and wanted to go on a date with me. I asked my mate and he said she was hot. So after talking a bit, I agreed to a date. I had seen a photo and she was attractive. I turned up to the cafe for the date and was approached by some girl I'd never seen with a baby. She then told me she was the girl. Looked nothing like her photo. She explained she thought I'd never go for someone who looked like her. She was right. Then she left her baby with me while she went to the toilet quickly. She was right. He didn't have to do her like that. Alarm bell started to ring after 15 minutes. I asked a waitress to check on her. To my surprise, the waitress came back and said no one was in there. I looked around the cafe and she was gone. I hadn't noticed her leaving. What? She just left her kid with a stranger? This girl is getting on my nerves. I didn't have any of her contact details and smartphones were not a thing, so I didn't have internet access. I phoned my mate and got him to attempt to contact her on MSN. After telling him what happened, he was surprised and had no idea. Apparently, he also thought her pictures were the real her. Another 20 minutes went and I was scared, so I asked the waitress for help. Thankfully, she was able to help and called the police. They showed up and I explained what happened. I didn't know anything about this girl, so I couldn't really help them. They said if she contacted me, to get her to contact them. I left and walked towards my car. I went past another cafe about 6 shops down, and there she was with a different guy. I went back to the police station and got them to take the baby in while I watched through the window outside and waved when she looked up. Turns out I was the babysitter for her real date. What is this? Oh my gosh. This woman is like
kinda dumb.
Not kinda dumb, but very dumb. Why would you just give someone you don't even know your baby to look after? Oh my gosh, some people get on my nerves. It's New Year's. Let's not get mad. Yes, okay, let's go, move on. But still, she's so dumb. When I waited at the restaurant longer than I like to admit, I called him asking if he was on his way and he said yes. When he finally showed up, he told me he had just gotten to the gym when I called. It was just a bad night. He worked out before he met her. Like, she was like, where are you? Oh, I'm coming, I'm on my way. While he's like lifting weights. Oh. That time when I walked into the restaurant where I was meeting that doctor I met online and he was there wearing a white lab coat to dinner. Our first and last date. The doctor is like, I know some women find me hot in uniform. Let me flaunt it. Oh. Cringe. I told her I had been in the military. She told me she had been engaged to 3 different guys in the military. What the heck? She was really like, gotta find something in common. Military. Oh! I dated 3 guys in the military. I dated this girl who was a friend of a friend. She used to come into the pub I worked at for $10 steak night with her mum and a guy who we weren't sure if it was her boyfriend or brother. Turned out it was her brother, but they were weirdly close. Anyways, we went on a date. She seemed quite uncomfortable the whole time. Didn't make much conversation, just obviously wasn't into it. So I dropped her home and she asked me if I wanted to come in. Against my better judgment, I did. They had 2 couches in the living room. I sat on one awkwardly while she laid on the other couch and spooned with her brother. At this point, I realized I should not have shown up. Every time she left the pub from then on in, her and her brother left holding hands. What? So you go on a date and your date is like, you wanna come over to my place? You think something is gonna happen and then you go to their place and then they're just hugging and spooning their brother and you're just sitting there watching them spoon each other. What in the freak is that? Like, what was the point, you know? You wanna come over and see how close me and my brother are. That's a bit nasty. When she responded to hi on Tinder with something like, hey cutie, want to come to my parents' house? Not really a date, honestly, but a good story. We chatted for a bit, and according to her, she wasn't looking for anything serious, but she wanted me to pick her up, take me out to dinner, and maybe have sex afterwards. Very transactional, which kinda stung, but whatever, she was hot. I looked up the address she gave me and was surprised to find a neighborhood I did work in, and that the house was one I knew was for sale. Specifically, the owner died and it was being gutted to be resold by his kids. At this point, 100% convinced this was a scam, but somewhat curious, I decided to drive by and see if anyone was there. Texting her I was coming, but in a different type of car. Really expensive neighborhood on a sea cliff. Felt like an adventure. Took my work truck. Drove by and some huge dude comes out of the house, stares at my truck and goes back in. Could see other people inside. Noped out of there super fast. Pretty convinced it was a phishing scam to mug me or a prank. Didn't feel like finding out. Wow, that is sus, huh? That's not that common, right? Like right off the bat, someone is like, hey, kitty, wanna hook up? That's it. They don't even get to know you, nothing. For sure that's a scam. Well, I don't have any experience in these type of things, but you know, I'm just saying, it sounds really sus. And I don't know if some people are just really that open that they're down. Maybe they are. But still, that sounds really sus. He took me on a surprise date to watch him skateboard. Yay, watched him eat for 2 hours, then he pouted, dropping me off because he didn't nail the move. Wow. He could have taught her how to skateboard. He could have, you know, held her hands while teaching her how to skateboard. You know what I mean? Like, but no. He was like, let me show off my moves to you because I'm so cool. She brought her ex-boyfriend to see if he approved. After he said that, they asked for a three-way. This was not ever mentioned before the date. I was under the impression we were meeting one-on-one. Who does that? Yeah, let's just meet at this cafe. And then you go there and they're just sitting with her ex-boyfriend. Like, what are you... No, that's awkward. When the guy that showed up was easily 30 years older than what he looked like in the picture he had sent me. Oh my gosh. People really do this? Like, you know, like they don't think it's obvious or they just don't care. How come they're just so casual about it when they just go meet the person? Like, yeah, I know I don't look like that, but you know, what the heck? I know I said I'm 20, but I'm actually 50, but that doesn't matter, right? I picked her up and she said, let's hurry up and go. My husband will be back soon. Don't worry, we're getting divorced, but he won't want to see me on a date. No, you go back inside, please. When he asked me out and I said yes, he then asked if I'd like to go to dinner and what kind of food I liked. I said anything but sushi. He took me to a sushi place. Said he thought he'd be able to change my mind. They say they don't like sushi. Listen to them. They don't like sushi. Like, what are you thinking? There's no hidden meaning in I don't like this thing. I showed up and her best friend was there that I hadn't been warned was coming with us. Then her brother showed up. Then her dad showed up. What? Then her mum and her 3 cousins aged 3 to 5 showed up. Oh my gosh, the entire family tree showed up. That was the point. I excused myself to the bathroom. Thankfully, this is one of those places where the employees will sneak you out if you're having a bad date and need an out. And apparently, I'm the first guy they snuck out at that point. So, she was just using him as a wallet. Is that what it was? Okay. The whole freaking family showed up. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.